Hello, kiddies. It's me, John Kassir, the voice of the Crypt Keeper. You're listening to Drop the Mic.
And we have 6 tickets, please. No, okay.
That's a good try.
Excuse me, we'd like to enter your shady-ass establishment, please.
Girl. This is scary.
Bailey, wait a
Okay, Bailey, after you.
Yes.
Bailey, job.
5 stars for this place. Creepy-ass clown doing shitty-ass magic.
It's like, do you do birthdays and shit too? Is this like a seasonal gig for you? I got a niece who loves scary fucking clowns, so looking to acquire your services. I'll get a card before you leave. You can pull it out of wherever you want to.
What is it?
Liability waiver. It says haunted house rules. Rule number 1, stay on the marked path at all times. Rule number 2, never touch the actors. No promises. Rule number 3, you'll be prompted to do certain actions. Please do exactly as you are told. This is for your safety. Rule number 4, all cell phones must be surrendered to the lockbox before entering. You may keep the lockbox key until you return from the attraction. Are you kidding? What?
No, I just think that's probably gonna be the scariest part for you. Not having your phone on you all the time.
Guys, we're basically signing our lives away to this thing.
Yes!
Welcome back to our humble podcast. This is episode 190. Some monsters are real. We're your hosts for the time being. I'm the Swan, and alongside me tonight we have James Warney.
Hey.
Diego Luna.
Yeah.
What up?
Chris Rodriguez.
Woohoo! 4 in a row.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, DJ Anaris.
Oh, yeah.
Our focus this evening will be the 2019 cult favorite, Haunt. But first, we've got a few segments to get you all ready.
And now for a special news report. Brought to you by Drop the Mic.
All right, James, this is your news is your deal, so get us started.
All right. So I know I talked about it a little bit last week about Jamie Foxx coming back to the MCU, and he was going to be coming back as, I guess, a normal version of Electro. He wouldn't be blue and kind of a, staticky. Yeah. But I guess some digital edits of him trying on in a new costume for Electro have surfaced. I don't know if any of you guys have seen them yet. It's funny because across the picture it says confidential, do not share, but someone's sharing them on Instagram. Yeah. So
somebody's about to get fired.
Yeah, people don't give a fuck. Yeah, take it for what you want. It could be fake. If you do see it, if you want to believe that's a concept for a design, then more power to you. But you can take a look at it if you want. Just search it on Google or Twitter or something. Some more news I have is Suicide Squad actor Jai Courtney, who played Captain Boomerang, is basically requesting that he have a large part or a larger part in the next Flash movie whenever the first one gets made, because that still that actually got delayed. He wants to have a Captain Boomerang versus the Flash movie. So, in essence, he's kind of actually spoiling that he doesn't die in the Suicide Squad movie that's coming out. I had heard rumors that a lot of the returning cast is going to be actually dying in this new one to make room for the new squad. But I'm kind of happy he's not dying, if that's the case, because I actually liked his character in the Suicide Squad with I think that was 2017 that came out.
Yeah, he was a fan favorite.
Yeah, I actually liked him. He did a really good job compared to his other roles that he's been in, which were a little shoddy at best.
And we don't know the timeline of what time this
movie comes out, so he could still die. And
Right.
the Flashpoint does reset everything, so it might reset this too.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking as well. So I mean, the Flash movie kind of seems like a cop out if fans and critics don't like a certain thing that's happening in the movie. They can just be like, oh well, that doesn't exist anymore because the Flash rewrote history or whatever. But I mean, we'll see when that happens. Kind of just playing a waiting game with that since it's been delayed for another year, I believe.
Yeah, the Flash is never coming out.
So some more interesting news. Michael B. Jordan has actually joined the production for Static Shock, the live-action movie, as a producer.
I love that. I saw that.
How are you guys excited for a Static Shock movie? Or I mean,
yeah, dude. I watched Static Shock as a kid, the cartoon. So I was like, man, they could easily do this.
I never watched the cartoon. I was more into the Batman and Superman animated adventures, and then Pinky and the Brain. I always kind of skipped Static Shock, but I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be neat to see younger heroes, because I mean they have to make them younger, right?
Yeah.
So that's this is DC saying fuck you, and they're doing their Miles Morales.
Yeah.
That's what this is. And DC,
basically, they need young blood to keep their franchises going, at least.
Yeah, because they harass Cyborg so much, the Cyborg's not going to be in it.
Wow, that's
that's what they're doing though. They're playing it smart.
If you realize,
I want your version of Blue Beetle.
DC has a lot of young blood, dude. They could toss around all their heroes all day, dude. They're all like young heroes, dude. They like die and shit all early.
Yeah, so I mean, DC's got it. They were the first with the female movie.
Yes.
First, really, with an ethnic hero, Aquaman.
Yeah.
They're the first to a lot of things that no one's given them credit for. So this is going to be the younger black audience, which I think is great. The Static Shock was, I believe, a cartoon before a comic too.
Yes.
So along with Harley Quinn, they existed outside of the comics, then got adopted into the universe, which speaks like numbers for these characters. Like that's really hard to do.
And that's something that was obviously implemented because of the huge the fan base behind it.
Yeah, and I think the success of Black Lightning on the CW really helped push this towards the big screen. So it's awesome.
Oh yeah,
it's neat. We get to see all the spectrums of the DC stuff, and I think the more DC movies are made, more DC actors, the more different type of crossovers we can get. They don't all have to be Justice League.
Yeah.
Or Suicide Squad.
Right.
Or
I'm excited.
A team-up movie in general.
I'm just excited for anything DC, honestly.
Oh yeah, same here. I think we're on the same boat on that one. It looks like I guess the Batman is actually filming some scenes in Chicago actually right now. At least within the last week they have been. I'm not sure if they're continuing to do that, but it looks like they have a bunch of flyers for the movie. There's things that say like Gotham. There's cars with license plates that say Gotham on it, Gotham City, Gotham PD, things like that. There's things that say "Don't trust authority" with the police on it. So they're building that universe. I think Chicago was, if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, but Chicago was used for the Nolanverse as well, right?
For the first two, and then the last one he cut like London, New York, LA, and Chicago all together.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, so it looks like they're going back to that and starting. At least they're doing some filming in Chicago, downtown Chicago. And from what I can see, it does look very grimy. I've never been to Chicago, so I can't tell you if that's just the way Chicago looks, or they've just amped it up a little bit with using battered cars and things like that, and just trash all over the place. But I'm excited for this. I can't wait to see more. There's a lot of posters that they have that are, of course, fictional or fake for the movie, and they've been putting them up for. Some of them say they kind of hinting towards other villains like the Scarecrow, Bane, Dr. Freeze, things like that. So you can actually find those on the internet. People have been taking pictures of them who are on set and releasing them. So that's pretty cool. And then my last bit of news is it looks like I think we talked about it before, but the Power Rangers, that reboot, is going to be interconnected with the film, or is going to be interconnected with the TV universe as well. So whenever they get that reboot started, we're probably going to be seeing them go back and forth between TV and actual big-time movies.
Do you think... I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to ask everybody this question. Do you think they're going to do the Morphing Grid, or what's it called? The Boom Comics storyline for this?
Yeah.
I don't know, but to tag up what James was saying, the co-creator of I'm Not Okay With This, he's doing the treatment for the film and the TV show.
Oh.
So
nice.
It's going to be a little grittier.
Nice.
Which is going to be... I enjoyed that movie way more than I thought I would. That came out.
Yeah, it was actually good.
Yeah, so I was upset because I liked how the way they ended it with the Green Ranger and Tommy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, yes. And then we never got it.
Well, that was a technicality with Saban losing the licensing or whatever for the Rangers, and
because now they're under Hasbro.
Oh, well, you know what? At least Hasbro will make 3 movies, even if they're shitty.
Right.
But that's
they made what, 5 Transformers?
Yeah, so. Right? But 2 Ninja Turtles.
That's the thing about Hasbro. Like they doesn't matter how much money they put into their movies, they're still gonna make them.
Yeah,
regardless,
because they're going to sell toys.
Yeah, and that's their money.
That's where I've learned a lot of their money that they get back from the movies is coming from toys and costumes, merchandise, things like that, rather than ticket prices.
Yeah, Star Wars didn't make Fox money. It was the toys that George Lucas kept that made money.
And what's I gonna say? And on top of that, they make really good toys, really good quality Power Ranger toys. They have an
expensive line, don't they? Like for collectors.
Yeah, they really make some good Power Rangers toys.
I stopped watching Power Rangers after the first one. Basically, after the first movie.
Yeah.
This green dude or this purple dude, whatever.
Ivan Ooze. Yeah.
Yeah. After that, I just kind of just stopped watching. But I was huge into it. I had all the figures and shit. Yeah.
Nice.
I was big into it.
Which you could go check out on our archives, as we did a Power Rangers review on it.
On the first movie.
What was the Rotten Tomatoes on that? Was it better than 77?
No. It's like it's like what,
30 something.
At it again. Basket case.
And then my last bit of news, I guess I talked about it before, but the Swamp Thing, the TV series from the DC Universe that was inevitably canceled, was actually picked up by the CW, and I guess they've been doing some pretty good numbers in terms of audience views for the last couple of episodes that they've been releasing, and it's kind of made them rethink canceling the show. So I think they're kind of debating whether a season 2 should come out. So that might it looks like the CW actually saved a series from DC Universe.
I actually thought they were going to do season 2 either way. They're going to either revamp it for the CW, but if they're playing the first season because no one has new stuff to play, so they're taking it from where it wasn't watched on the DC All Access. That it might. This reminds me a lot of the writer's strike when they started pulling Dexter and putting it on CBS and shit like that. I'm excited. Swamp Thing's pretty good. I bought it when it was like $10 on iTunes, and I enjoyed it. I like that actress. She's very pretty. She was
it Crystal Reed?
I think she was in Teen Wolf, and then she was in, Falcone's daughter in Gotham.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She was good in Gotham. So I'm interested. I'm CW does no wrong with DC.
I think it's. Do you think it's? I haven't seen the Swamp Thing series, but from what I've read, it's a pretty R-rated series. Am I not correct on that?
Yeah, it was made for the DC universe, so they're editing it quite a bit. It's a lot of murder.
Yeah, I watched it too. It's heavy. It's kind of like body horror.
Yeah. So
it's like a bunch of their shows that they have, like even Young Justice, like that was on Cartoon Network, and that they made it kind of more rated R. They even introduced Aqualad to being gay or fluid.
I remember. That's a good one. Yeah, he gets them all wet.
I was gonna say it DC Universe, for what it was, brought a lot of really good shows to it.
Yeah, now HBO Max is taking it over, which is going to be awesome because they're going to treat it the same.
Yeah,
it's just a bigger audience now, which is cool. Yeah,
I was worried that Teen Titans and stuff was going to get canceled. I've only watched the first season, so I can't say anything about the